Hello everyone, welcome to my first video of 2022. Yep, Taylor Swift, we're feeling 22, and for the first part of this video, I'm gonna be talking about my New Year resolutions. For me, I think it's just as important to reminisce on what you've been doing and what you plan on to continue to carry on into the new year as much as it is to try new things. And one of those things that I am carrying on into the new year is my skincare routine. I get a lot of questions about how I take care of my skin, and for the past 3 or 4 months, I've been using the Burt's Bees Renewal line. I use their cleanser, moisturizer, eye cream, and then dark spot corrector. And I found these moisturizers by taking the Burt's Bees quiz to figure out what best suits my skin type and what I need for my routine. For me, skincare should be easy. It should be something that's not too complicated. With my busy college schedule, it can be really easy to neglect my well-being. But with Burt's Bees, I'm able to nourish and protect my skin all throughout the year. I usually start off by cleaning my face with the refining cleanser. This keeps my skin clean and healthy without stripping it of the vital moisture. Then the antioxidant-rich oils in the Renewal Dark Spot Corrector keeps my skin vibrant and brilliant. With these 3-4 steps, the Renewal Burt's Bees line has helped me discover that taking care of my skin, it doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. It's been an easy, simple routine to show love to my skin. So, Souffle and I are telling you to go check out the Burt's Bees quiz, see what moisturizers are gonna work best for you. Thank you to Burt's Bees for keeping my skin looking really great and for partnering with me for this video. Alright, that's just the first of my New Year's, I guess, ramblings. I do have my very PNW Red Bull sugary blended drink on me. And because I cannot keep a journal, whether it's digital or physical, for the life of me, I have my notes app because literally you can scroll through my notes app and learn too much about me because all my thoughts go into here. Let's start with the unforgettable moments, both the good and the bad. I have so many great things to look back on in 2021. First off, I launched my own merch line, which is insane. That is insane. If you literally told 13-year-old me that I was gonna one day have merch and people were actually gonna buy it and find it useful and nice to have in their lives, I would have been like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. I got so many awesome work opportunities. A few 2022 projects that I've been working on since last year. Y'all will get to see what comes into fruition very soon. I've also created videos that I am so extremely proud of and I poured so much heart and vulnerability into, whether it's opening up about my own narrative or really going beyond what I ever thought of conceptually before, whether it's video ideas or graphics. And lastly, there's so many of you guys here. I met so many of y'all the past year. Every single time someone would say hi on the transit or at a coffee shop or at the gelato store, I got so emotional because I realized how big our little nook and cranny on the internet has grown. I think some of the most heartfelt moments is when I'll order from an Etsy shop. There's a good chance that I get this letter with my order that says, "You the one who inspired me to open my own Etsy shop because they watched my video that I made back in 2020. Or someone will tell me, "You inspired me to create a YouTube channel and go into my dreams of like content creation." I just feel like crying. I don't want to cry yet though in this video, it's too early. That really makes me tear up. Alright. I'm not gonna cry. Anyways, thank you for being here. That is probably my biggest takeaway from 2021. Y'all are the reason why I'm able to pay for college. I will do my best to always be here for you too. Even if it might not feel like it, even if I may not post for 2 or 3 weeks, I hopefully am someone that you feel like that you can talk to or go to. Another unforgettable memory is when I sang in a choir in person for the first time. Granted, you know, we were all wearing masks, we were socially distanced. If you are a choir kid or a music kid, you know, you did band, orchestra, and you had to do Zoom choir or Zoom band, oh my gosh. There's really no way to feel engaged. You think regular Zoom classes are bad? Oh, Zoom choir was the worst. Being able to listen to people's voices acoustically in person and how you sound together when you're listening to one another. Oh, Oh, it is so good. Whether it's going out to see a performing artist or being able to participate in a music group, I'm never taking that for granted ever again. Seeing music bring people together in the past year, oh. Also being able to live in DC, so many concerts for like $30 and under. I saw Serena Isioma, Pink Sweats, Bren Joy, Kirby. I saw Haim and Charlie XCX. Love. I also ate so much good food this year. Every time I have a friend or one of y'all ask for food recommendations in DC, I'm always like, you have to go to Virginia. We're talking about Annandale, Fairfax, Falls Church. They have so much good Asian food there. I think about bingsu every single day. I could eat black sesame bingsu for the rest of my life and survive off of just that. When I had that for the first time, oh, no one told me shaved ice could be so good. I cannot go back to American white shaved ice ever again. No. I also got way better at cooking. Granted, I am not a pro chef. I really took the skills I learned from Cooking Mama for my childhood and applied them adult mode. Coming home, I cooked for my family for the first time in forever with my new skills, with my new recipes. Being able to cook for my family since my mom and my dad have been cooking for me for my entire life. Oof, such a flex. 2021 was also full of so many peaceful, small moments that I've learned to appreciate. Whether it's watching the sunset or savoring a really good cup of coffee, being able to enjoy moments of silence with your friends and family. I love those moments and I don't think I'll ever forget them. I did not get a graduation, did not even get an online graduation, did not even take photos at the stadium. I didn't get a senior prom either. In the midst of the pandemic, not having prom, it wasn't the least of my worries. But looking back, I didn't have a lot of the traditional memories that you'd have from high school. My significant other, Chris, works for this coffee shop on campus, and the organization hosts this charity ball formal every fall. He bought tickets for me to go, so it was almost like getting ready for senior prom and having that dance that I never quite had. I know it sounds silly in the grand scheme of things, and going to this gala with someone I really like and with friends I really love was a lot of fun. Putting on a dress, doing my makeup, taking photos. It was a really sweet moment and probably one of my highlights of fall semester. Hi. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Rachel. And let's talk about people. I grew such a deep appreciation for friendship, for my family, and for my cat Kayla. Ever since I moved out, lived on my own, far away from my family, I've been really struggling with the concept of enjoying your own company and loving being alone. As a sociology major, I think we can't live without one another, without other people in our lives. I also think it's a little bit of a Western concept to like set out on the world, be completely self-made, when really there are communities and support systems uplifting individuals within, I guess, their cohorts? I don't know. I feel like on the internet there is a blurred line between enjoying your own company and having fun by yourself versus romanticizing loneliness and isolation. Growing up, if you asked me what was my biggest fear, it was definitely abandonment. which we don't need to dive into today. A really big growing pain for me is that I had this mindset that I had to only rely on myself, and I was the only person I could trust to get things done, make myself successful, and to make sure that I'm healthy and taken care of. And that stems from a lot of things, right? You know, being eldest daughter, parents are immigrants and refugees, disrupt that generational trauma. You often feel like you're alone. But this past year, I realized there's a difference between being alone and feeling alone. Being alone is being physically alone. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're unhappy. Whereas feeling alone, you can be just in your bedroom by yourself, feel lonely. But you can also be in a very crowded room surrounded by a lot of people and feel lonely. Essentially, what I've realized for myself, feeling happy with being on my own, it's because of friends, it's because of my family, my community. I source my independence from the traits that many people have helped me discover within myself. I would not have today without them, right? It is because of those people that I find happiness within myself, even when I am by myself. The first semester of school was hard, and I would not have gone through it without the special people in my life, always cheering me on. Another growing pain for me has definitely been filial piety. An underlying piece of me, especially when I'm so far away across the country, feels a vast amount of guilt for going to school so far away from where my family is based. I feel like this is a battle that a lot of immigrant kids have to deal with. The initial sense of freedom and fresh air you get from living on your own, even if it's, you know, 20 minutes away. But the sense that you've abandoned the people who've raised you or taken care of you, even if they may not have been the best environment for you in this current time. It's a very strange balance that is often not balanced. I was halfway across the country, not being able to be there for them. Sucked. Anyways, something I got to pull from that is that I don't take time with my family for granted at all anymore. I've been at home for like 2 weeks now, and all I do is really hang out with my mom and my brother. There is not a bigger flex than being able to buy your parents really nice Christmas gifts. I'm just saying, I got my brother this really cool penguin. Being able to make my family proud, even though they're not physically there for me every day. I'm working hard at college, so I can be there for them for the rest of my life too. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Yay! I will never complain about my job being the job that it is. This is my dream job. I barely survived this past semester. My grades, whew, I was scoring 10 points below the class average on tests. My Chinese professor, I've had him for 2 semesters now, is a goat because he bumped my grade up from a B+ to an A-. I love you, Li Lao Shi. A lot of it was my scheduling conflicts, and my life would fall apart because I had too much on my plate. There are too many times that I skipped class to finish videos that were already past deadline. Definitely next year, I have to be a little bit easier on myself and learn how to say no. Anyways, let's talk about some of my dreams, ambitions, and goals for 2022. Every single year, guys, I need to drink more water. I did lose my water bottle halfway through the semester, and I think that affected my drinking habits. I recently ordered a water bottle that has hour timestamps. Hydrate or dihydrate, except for the past 3-4 years, I've just been dehydrating apparently. Secondly, I want to do more community work. Granted, Omicron might be putting a buffer on these plans, but I want to lay back on the work I'm doing, specifically for YouTube, and focus more on clubs and organizations that I'm really passionate about. A goal goal that kind of shoots off of that is getting an internship for the summer or fall. Internships are really competitive in DC, but they can offer so much learning experience. Something I suck at for a social media person is networking. I want to take advantage of where I am and the connections I can make. Also learn basic professional experience things like how to build a resume, how to make a graphic design portfolio, because I don't know how to do that either. And on the topic of graphic design, I want to focus on art again. I want to set aside time to learn Illustrator. I'm on graphic design TikTok. I see a lot of people draw, do cartoon and animation. For me, knowing how to create a brand through graphic design would be such an amazing skill to have. Plus, I have some visions for creating print sets, some future merch that might be on clothing that might be coming soon. And I want to wear outfits again. Yes, I wake up every morning and clothe my body. I remember telling everyone about going back onto campus that my #1 thing I was excited about was to wear outfits. But I'm telling you, by week 3, it was a Georgetown sweatshirt, sweatpants, my beat up Reebok sneakers, and that was the fit. And I don't outfit experiment as much on campus as I did when I lived by myself. The reason why I got really comfortable wearing the same outfits over and over again was because a lot of my clothes don't fit me anymore. I've gained weight. Freshman 15? Nope. Sophomore 20. So a lot of the pants that I owned just did not fit me. A big part of it was repurchasing pants that actually fit me, because you shouldn't have to change your body to fit into clothes. The clothes should fit you, is what I've learned. Another thing I want to do, which you might already know about by the time this video releases, is to start streaming games. I love video games. All I've been doing is playing Unpacking and the Animal Crossing DLC. In the weeks where I want to take a break off from making a video, I would stream games instead. It's another way to like interact with y'all, and a big de-stressor. Also, by the time this video launches, I would have started a Discord server so we can all chat. I feel like it's a really engaging, interactive way where we can have one-on-one conversations. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Let me know what games you think I should play. I'll be playing a lot of cozy games, no horror. I looked up the FNAF lore the other day, and that was enough to like keep me awake at night. Some other random goals, I want to learn how to do graphic liner. Damn! People who can do graphic liner are sexy. I would like to buy less coffee out and make more at home. That sounds easy to do, but sometimes buying that $6 oat latte is a motivation for you to get dressed up, go outside and be productive, and it's like a little reward, you know? But do you really need it? No, I don't need it. I need to save money. That's what I need to do. I want to read more, specifically by setting a really realistic goal for myself for the year. I want to read 30 books this year. People who read are sexy, and I used to be able to read over 100 books in a year. I can't read a page without getting distracted, so gifted kid burnout things, yo. And then lastly, things that I'm looking forward to. There are so many things I am looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to all the sociology classes I'm taking this semester. In case you don't know, I declared my major in sociology last fall. I just started watching the Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc, and I'm so excited for it. I'm excited for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, which, you know, released in Japan. Can't wait for it to be in the US. The Yuri on Ice movie, where is it? I don't see it. I'm also looking forward to some merch and some other things I might be creating. I'll let you take a wild guess. And the last thing I'm really excited about is a secret. I can't tell you. You'll learn in May. Yeah. Souffle and I thank you for listening to Lynn's rambles on life and such. I hope y'all had a great New Year's. Okay, Editing Lynn is jumping in to finish this video because my mic cut out for the last part of the video and I didn't get to say goodbye. If you have dreams and ambitions this year, be sure to tell me in the comments, and you know, today is the day to pursue them. Not to sound cheesy, but if not now, when, you know? And a reminder that a new year doesn't mean you have to be working towards productivity goals. You can also be working towards self-care. Give yourself space and time to breathe and relax. Thank you all for watching this video. So much love to everyone. Have a safe, healthy new year. Bye. Whew.